What's up, YouTube? Bernie right here, bringing you my review of Boruto, episode 34. And yeah, I know that I usually do my animation breakdown. I decided not to do it this week. I'm really debating on what I want to do with my channel. If I want to keep doing videos, talking to you guys face to face, or if I want to do the highly edited video for you guys. If you are watching this video and you're a fan of my channel, just be sure to comment below. Let me know what you want. Do you want the type of videos where I don't talk to y'all in person, or do you enjoy looking at my face, this sexy face? Just let me know in the comment below. But jumping into this episode, guys, I didn't have too high expectations for this episode, and you can hear it in my voice. I just didn't really enjoy this episode as much as I thought I might have. Now, for the last week we had the Inojin episode, the week before that we had the Himawari episode, and I enjoyed both episodes, and I thought they were good for what they were. Very solid episodes. I'm probably going to go back and rewatch. They were just enjoyable. This episode was a little iffy for me. I thought the character interactions were okay. It was awesome to see Sumeri again. Everyone knows she's like one of the best characters in the series so far. And we got the return of the Nue. So I thought that was really cute, how he was very small and, you know, that type of stuff. And yeah, pretty much the whole point of this week's episode was that Boruto, he wanted to find something to do with his friends before they all graduate, because he has no idea if he's ever going to see these guys again, which we know he will because of the Boruto movie. So it's not, I don't want to say this is pointless, but for those that have watched the movie, we do have an idea of where the story's heading. And pretty much, all the kids, they see Kagimasa on the TV, and he's eating this certain type of fish. So Boruto goes with his friends on a camping trip to where, I guess, Denki's family owns their business. They own a camping site that hosts the big fish, so they have to try capturing it. And yeah, that's pretty much what the episode was about, just trying to capture this fish that they say once you taste it once, you'll never forget its taste. It sounds something like out of One Piece. It doesn't really fit in the Naruto world, and that would be my main problem with this week's episode. Now, guys, I do not think this episode's bad. I'm going to give it a rating right now before you hear my negative points. Overall, I thought the episode was around a 2 out of 5. It was an okay episode. I'm not going to give it the worst rating. But let me go down 3 reasons why I didn't personally enjoy this episode as much as I did. Number 1 was the pacing. Now, this episode knew what it needed to be, but yet it took about, I would say, the first 7 minutes to get the plot rolling, and that's a little too much time to get a plot moving on. I thought the first 7 minutes were very disposable, and really after the 7-minute mark is where the episode really started taking off. Once they got to the camping site, the episode picked up a little bit, and it was more about the character interactions, and like I said, the character interactions were completely fine. So that would be my first flaw with the episode. My second flaw was they used the song Become the Wind. If you don't know what song that is, it's Boruto's theme song with the lyrics being sung by a Japanese singer. Now, this has already been used in a previous episode, which I highly hated that they used this song for that scene, and the same thing here. We have never had a lyric song in the Naruto franchise, and to see it being used for moments like the fish scene was not something that got me happy. I really want that song to be held for really great moments, and for those that watched the Boruto movie or read the manga, you know what type of moments we're about to be getting. Type of moments like that is where this song should be used. So I highly didn't like that, and it just threw me out of it for a little bit. Overall, I thought when they catch the fish that it was a pretty nice scene. I'm not taking anything away from that. From an animation standpoint, this episode was very well done. There was a little bit of a hiccup here and there, especially the scene where Sumeri summoned the Nue. When she said summoning jutsu, her face was a little derpy, but considering no episode's perfect, I'm willing to let it slide, because there wasn't really a lot of art inconsistency in this week's episode. Now, my third and final complaint with the episode was Sarada's character, and I know a lot of people are going to say, well, you know, you're being a fanboy of Sumeri. No, I do like Sarada's character, but the problem I have with her is the problem I've been having with her throughout the whole Boruto series so far, and it's not something I think will be translated into the movie arc or past that, so it's not like a huge criticism. but I just do not like how they're portraying Sarada. She's acting a lot like Sakura towards Naruto, except it's Boruto now. Now, I have some people that believe that, that she's based off Sasuke, personality-wise, and I highly disagree with that. Even Sakura herself in this episode had a conversation with Sarada, and she pretty much confirmed it that Sarada is acting exactly like she did towards Naruto, but she's still friends with him to this day. Which leads me to another point. A lot of people are thinking that Boruto is going to get with Sarada. I don't understand that logic. I'm pretty sure Kishimoto doesn't care about copying his Naruto and Hinata couple thing. I don't think Kishimoto even had that in his mind when he created Sumeri. I think he created someone that was similar to Hinata, but I think Sumeri's going to bloom into her own character, and I do think Boruto will get with Sumeri. And the reason for that is that you can't mix Uchiha with Uzumaki, because then it's going to end their family tree. One of Sasuke's goals was to resurrect the Uchiha clan. That is impossible if Boruto gets with Sarada, just she'll lose her last name. So that's just something I noticed. And like I said, guys, this is Kishimoto. Kishimoto has a tendency to want to make sure the past repeats itself, so I highly think Sumeri will give up Boruto in the end. Don't hate on me, that's just my opinion. If you feel differently, just leave a comment below, let me know what you saw. But most of the scenes I saw Sarada just being a Sakura clone, at least personality-wise, to Boruto, and it got very annoying. It was throwing me out of the episode. Sumeri didn't talk too much. I do think that a lot of people are too hard on her regressing as a character because of her personality. I think Sumeri, it's very possible that the Sumeri we saw at the end of the New Way arc was a Sumeri that put her emotions to the side and got very serious. But just because you can get really serious doesn't mean that's who you really are. And I think this is really the real Sumeri, and the person we saw at the end of the New Way arc was just a front to try to get the job done for her father. As she said in this week's episode as well, that she only did all that stuff because her father wanted her to. So it's cool to see Sumeri's development, that she's going to be protecting the Lee, and it kind of hints towards something if you read the manga that we just got. So I like that aspect of the episode. Overall, guys, if I had to tell you why this episode just didn't get a great rating for me, it's that it wasn't just an okay episode, but it was done by Ukyo Kodachi, who writes the Boruto manga. He actually directed this week's episode. So I was expecting at least something great to be in this episode, and I was just so disappointed at the quality of it. It could have been very interesting. It just could have been on a different level. This is Ukyo Kodachi's first episode he has worked on, and I was just disappointed. Hopefully when he comes back to work on another episode, he does a better job, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I do think Kodachi is a good writer. He probably just got a bad episode to direct, and I'm sorry for him. But anyway, going to the final thing, I know all of y'all are going to be talking about this. Toneri was shown at the end, after the ending song. Toneri was shown on the moon, bleeding from his mouth and, hitting the floor. And basically he was talking about Boruto and how it's destiny, how is he going to face against it. And we can see, I'm not sure if it's the barrier that keeps all the air in the moon for him to breathe, or if it's some type of jutsu, but it starts cracking and we see the world behind it. So I'm pretty sure this is supposed to represent Momoshiki and Kinshiki coming to the moon to either face Toneri or kill him. I'm highly speculating that they're going to kill Toneri, Momoshiki, and Kinshiki to establish them as threats, because Hiroyuki stated in an interview when the Boruto series, I think it was like 4 months in, he said Momoshiki and Kinshiki are going to be way better villains in the anime. And yeah, that will be one way to establish them as threats, is to kill Toneri, who is around a moon busting level. So I think that's pretty cool that they're gonna if they introduce them like that. So I'm looking forward to it. Overall, guys, I don't think this week's episode was horrible. It had some redeeming qualities to it. I don't think I'm gonna rewatch this episode. If I were to rewatch the whole series, I don't think this is an episode that I personally want to rewatch. But overall, if you're into the Boruto series, you're into just the character interactions, that's what makes the episode for you. And most of the time it does do that for me, but not this time. But if that's your thing, be sure to check out the episode. Just check out the episode anyway. It supports Kishimoto. It supports the industry. watch on a legal site, you know the jam. So just do what you can, support the series, and let's just look forward to hopefully next week we get something interesting. Like I said, previews never really show that much stuff, so I'm not going off of the preview on how interesting it could be. We did see Rock Lee though, so that's pretty cool that we are going to get cameos of Rock Lee, Sakura, and maybe other old school characters. Everyone knows that really we're waiting for the 2 weeks. That way we can get the bell test with Kakashi or Konohamaru, whoever it's going to be doing the bell test. But that's going to be a really good episode. So overall, we just have to wait 2 weeks, and we're going to get a really great episode. So hopefully next week we can pull something off, and then we know for sure the bell test is going to be just greatness. And hopefully we go into the movie art. Considering the whole Toneri scene, this is already the second time they've teased Kinshiki and Momoshiki, so I'm guessing they are going to the movie art once they become Genin, which is a very smart move on Kishimoto. For those that read the manga, you understand why. I won't get into that because it's kind of spoilerish, so yeah, I'll leave it at that. Overall, guys, if you enjoyed the video, if this is your first video seeing this channel, I upload Boruto/Naruto videos daily. It's going to stay like that. And yeah, if you have an idea for a video, be sure to comment below. Let me know. I'll try to get to it. And remember to like the video, share it around, and subscribe if you haven't already for more content in the future. God bless you, and remember, guys, enjoy the experience.